The final video we have for this week is just the in-class assignment directions. So I've got 3 steps, and really only 2 of them are required, and the third one is optional, but it will be good if you get ahead and you feel comfortable with doing contrast codes, that you should give number 3 a try. So first thing is I want you to create some data with contrast codes, and this is just one primary predictor with multiple levels. Okay, and if you want to push ahead, you can do two categorical predictors. Make sure that they're reasonably crossed, or else you're going to have all sorts of problems. And then what I want you to do is create the contrast codes, and you can follow the same logic that I had before about the contrast codes, but there's a variety of ways in which you can do it. I recommend that you bring your Cohen & Cohen book, because they have some different options about how to set up contrast codes. And you can also search the internet, see what other types of contrast codes are available. But each one should be testing something that you think might be logical given the way you create your data. And then that's one. Step 1 is create your data. Second, step 2 is analyze the data with the contrast codes. And the purpose of step 2 is to recreate the parameter estimates from the marginal means. Now, several people have asked me about what are marginal means. Marginal means are not the grand mean or the mean of the dependent variable, but rather the cell means. And marginal means are always cell means. Now, sometimes there can be marginal means that are dependent upon multiple variables. In this case, they're just going to be one variable with 4 different levels, right? Because it's a categorical variable. So at least 4 different levels. And what I want you to do is I want you to set it up so that you have at least 4 levels for a categorical variable, and that way you'll have 4 cell means. And then step 3 again is optional. And that is, what I want you to do is I want you to use data from last week, or maybe just this week, to generate contrast codes from 2 categorical predictors. Okay, so you can create this data for step 3 in step 1. So you'll have multiple categorical predictors. And then what I want you to do is to recreate the parameters, or at least be able to convert between the marginal means and the contrast parameters in your regression model. So you should be able to recreate B's from means, and from the B's you should be able to estimate what the means are. Okay? And that's really step 2 and step 3. Step 3 is more complicated because you have intercept, main effects, and interactions. Step 2 only has the intercept and main effects. So that's what we're going to do this week, and we're going to do it all together. And I'm going to give a quick overview of distinguishing between dummy codes, effects coding, and contrast coding, including weighted codes, probably during the beginning part of the class, and I'll address some of the questions that people have. All right, so see you during class.